Hello, this is Steve. For today's story, I am going to try and help so many learners of English who are getting the pronunciation of the words ending in ed wrong. If this is you, don't panic, you're not the only one. They are being mispronounced by a lot of learners. It is quite common. An important thing to remember is this. If a word ends in ted or ded, then it is almost always pronounced as either tid or ted, or either did or dead. In the vast majority of other cases, when it doesn't end with either ted or ded, then the word sounds like it ends in a t sound or a d sound. Remember, ted and ded are either pronounced tid or did, or ted or dead. The vast majority of all the other words are pronounced with a t or a d sound. So here you go. This is the story with a lot of words ending in ed. Listen carefully to my pronunciation of each of the words. Hopefully by the end of the story you will have a better understanding of how the words ending in ed should be pronounced correctly. Short story 136, Pip the Helpful Hedgehog. The sun peeked over the tall trees, kissed the dewed grass, and woke up in a sleepy little hedgehog named Pip. He stretched, yawned, and shuffled out of his cosy leaf-lined bed. His tummy rumbled. It was time for breakfast. Pip trotted through the forest, sniffing the damp air. He spotted a bright red berry peeking out from under a bush. He nudged it with his nose, sniffed it again, and popped it happily into his mouth. Yum! Satisfied, Pip continued his journey. Suddenly a loud screech echoed through the trees. Pip stopped. His tiny heart skipped a beat. He looked up to see a beautiful blue jay perched on a branch. The jay flapped its wings in panic. "Help, help!" squawked the JJ. "A silly squirrel chased me and knocked my nest right out of the tree." Pip felt a pang of sympathy. He scurried closer to the jay. "Don't worry," he squeaked. "I'll help you find the nest." Together they searched high and low. They hopped over fallen logs, squeezed under tangled roots, and peeked under every bush. Finally they spotted it. The nest, made of twigs and leaves, lay scattered on the forest floor. The jay cried out in dismay. "Oh no, my precious eggs are cracked. What will we do?" Pip thought for a moment. "I know," he exclaimed. "There's an old ladybird who lives near the stream. Maybe she can help." Off they dashed towards the babbling stream. Pip, with his short legs, couldn't keep up with the jay, but he hurried as fast as he could. They finally reached the stream and spotted a tiny ladybug perched on a green leaf. "Excuse me, Mrs. Ladybug," called Pip politely. The ladybug looked down at them with her big black eyes. "Hello there, little ones. What seems to be the problem?" Pip explained about the fallen nest and the cracked eggs. The ladybug listened patiently. She hummed. "I used to be a nest repairer when I was young. Maybe I can help." The ladybug gathered some soft moss and sturdy twigs. She carefully rebuilt the nest on a sturdier branch. Finally, she gently rolled the broken eggs back inside. The jay fluttered with joy. Thank you, Mrs. Ladybug. You've saved my babies." Pip beamed. "We're glad we could help." Suddenly a tiny chirp came from inside the nest. A small beak poked out of a cracked egg, then another and another. 3 tiny blue jay chicks peeped up at their worried mother. The jay nuzzled her chicks with her beak. "See, my dears, everything will be all right." Pip and the ladybug watched from a distance, their hearts filled with happiness. They had helped a family in need and witnessed a miracle, new life hatching before their very eyes. The sun began to set, painting the sky in beautiful shades of orange and pink. It was time to head home. Pip and the ladybug said their goodbyes and walked away, feeling tired but content. Pip reached his cosy den just as the first stars began to twinkle. He curled up in his bed of leaves, a happy sigh escaping his lips. Today had been a busy day, but also a day filled with kindness and teamwork. He closed his eyes and drifted off to sleep, dreaming of happy blue jay chicks and a wise old ladybird. Vocabulary notes. Peeked. Verb. Appeared briefly from behind something. Dewed. Adjective. Covered in morning moisture. Shuffled. Verb. Moved slowly, dragging one's feet. Rumbled. Verb. Made a low, deep sound often used for stomachs. Spotted. Verb. Saw something. Nudged. Verb. Pushed gently with the nose or something else. Echoed. Verb. Repeated sound, often used when sound bounces off things. Skipped. Verb. Jumped slightly, often used for heartbeats. Perched. Verb. Sat on a branch or other place high, often used for birds. Squawked. Verb. Made a loud, harsh sound, often used for birds. Sympathy. Feeling sorry for someone. Scurried. Verb. Moved quickly with short steps. Fallen. Adjective. That is dropped from a higher place. Tangled. Adjective. Twisted and messy. Dismay. Noun. Feeling of great disappointment or worry. Precious. Adjective. Very valuable or loved. Exclaimed. Verb. Said something suddenly and loudly. Ladybird. Noun. Ladybug. British English. Babbled. Verb. Made a continuous happy sound, often used for streams. Politely. Adverb. In a nice and respectful way. Listened. Verb. Paid attention to what someone is saying. Hummed. Verb. Made a low continuous sound, often used when someone is thinking. Sturdy. Adjective. Strong and not likely to break. Gathered. Verb. Collected things together. Rebuilt. Verb. Built something again. Gently. Adverb. Adjective. Carefully and softly. Fluttered. Verb. Moved wings quickly, often used for birds. Beaked. Verb. Touched or stroked with the beak, often used for birds. Chirped. Verb. Made a short, high-pitched sound, often used for birds. Poked. Verb. Pushed something with a pointed end. Nuzzled. Verb. Rubbed gently with the head or nose, often used for animals showing affection. Witnessed. Verb. Saw something happen. Hatched. Verb. Came out of an egg. Content. Adjective. Happy and satisfied. Twinkled. Verb. Shone with a small bright light. Sigh. Noun. A long breath out, often showing tiredness or relief. Content. Adjective. Happy and satisfied. Story written by Google Bard AI. Image created by desgo.com AI. Please check out my new blog at www.steveuk.blog. Thank you.